Dee, dee. Oh, printable Tai Chi walking. Good evening, everybody. Well, that was an interesting advert over on the tube. Printable Tai Chi walking. I've never even heard of it. Anyway, good evening. What a lovely sunny evening compared to the kind of day it's been. So let's just say hello to everybody on the tube. So hi Jane, Petra, Nina, Brenda, Margaret, Jan, Shell, Phil, Julie, Pauline, coming too quick, Edith, Margaret, Karen, Angie. Oh, I've lost it. Oh, wait, here we go. I found it. Caroline, hiya, Melanie, Linda, Anne, Karen, Saz, Sonny Cornwall. Oh, I'm jealous, Saz. I'm jealous. So let's just make sure Facebook has kicked in before we carry on. It has. Let's just check that the subtitles are off. They are now. I don't know why it puts them on every time. So hi, Linda, Catherine. Oh, hang on a minute. I've lost the screen. I've found the screen. Helen, Jill, Sheila, Alvina, Amanda. Oh, Christine, Catherine, Linda, Sue. Hi, Sue. How's the weather? Elaine, Leslie. I bet it's better than here, Sue. Anyway, so we've got a lot to get through tonight. A new release. I know, I'm spoiling you. Hi, Alison, Jackie, Susan. How's your mum? June. Oh, you're in bed with flu. Oh, we'll get well soon. Hi, Di, Julia. That's it. That's very inspirational, isn't it? My glasses. I put them there to remind me to change them when I start crafting. Right, so brand new release. This is. I know you've had a couple of new releases on the bounce. I promise you, it does slow down. It does slow down soon, very soon. More so probably because I'm going to be away on holiday. Hi from Turkey. I bet the weather's glorious there, Gwen. Hi, Mel. Right, so new release. It's a series 2. You need this. We needed this before the Christmas release. So way back a few months ago when I did the original series of this, I teased you about some of the new additions being necessary for our festive projects, which is why we've got this release this week. And it's gorgeous. I've prepped on my little flyer that I've done for the live. I've put that I've prepped. We're doing two days. Oh, Joanne's in Tenerife as well. Well, I'm jealous. You had Dr. Hillary in obesity. Oh my word! I had Tai Chi walking. Hi, Roz. Hi, Sue. You got retinol. I'm glad it says retinol and not rectal, because that would have been a different kind of advert. That's hilarious. Hi, Samantha, Sue, Jill, Linda. Right, okay. So back to business, because I want to try. I said that I've got 2 demos to do. I've actually got 3. I've prepped another one because I'm getting into this mood of the slightly, I don't know what the right word is, because I don't do clean and simple, but my clean and simple is what we're going to do tonight, and we're doing 3. So this is being released ahead of the Christmas release, obviously, because you needed to have this in your stash before the Christmas release. So I'm going to get on with it. Oh, let me just show you this. This was me just testing. You know the acetate we get with our dyes? Let me just get a sheet of dark card. Oops, I would have to take the one that's heaviest one time. You know the acetate you get in with your dyes? I was just testing the new embossing folders on the acetate that my dyes came on. Because as you know, I transfer all my dyes straight onto the magnetic sheet. So I've got so much of this acetate saved from when I transfer my dyes just to the magnetic sheets. But look how fabulous this looks in the acetate. This is the new Leafy Flourish 3D embossing folder. It's amazing. I was so impressed with that. Let me show you the other side as well. So even on the other side, look, with the deboss sections, how fabulous is that? And it's a freebie because the acetate is coming with your dyes. Jean's not very well. Oh, bless her. Well, if you don't, if she doesn't, Christy, just send her my love. But how? Yeah, thank you, Em. I'll take that. Smart and tidy. But I thought, oh, let's just show everybody that because it looks amazing. This is the only one I've tried it on. I've not tried it with the other one. Yeah, you can. You can use your alcohol pens, your alcohol inks, etc. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that before we got started. So now, are you ready for the biggest wodge that I'm ever going to show you? I'm going to show you my spare set that I've not opened yet first. It's blue skies and sunshine here as well, but it has been a funny day. It has been, summer's not over yet. Not for me. I'm just getting a drink. I've got a really sore throat as well. Just in time for TV. So let me introduce you to Series 2 of the Colour Coordinates paper system. This is so beautiful. I can't wait to show you these colours. Are you ready? So, as ever, before I show you everything, let me just remind you, this is being released officially on my Hobby Maker shows on Wednesday. You can pre-order from tonight, as always, from me and from Julia, and we will be dispatching this from Thursday. Okay, so same time as everybody else who prefers to order from Hobby Maker, so it's all shipped out at the same time. These are your next 5 colours. Okay, next 5 colours. There will be no more new colours added to the Colour Coordinates. What we will have next year, unless I do some limited editions, you know what I'm like, I might suddenly discover that I need a limited edition colour and do that as a one-off. But these are the last 5 colours in the Colour Coordinates range. When I've finished showing you these colours, I'm going to show you the boards, the same as I did for TV, okay? And then I'm going to show you the whole 10 colours together. How about that? So let's get started. So Colour Coordinates, as you know, is a whole system of papers that are designed to complement and work with each other. Oh, what's this? Leave me alone on my iPad. So the first new colour I'm showing you is, I need to just give you a heads up as well. The stock that I've got is the stock that I've got. Once it's gone, it's gone. Same for TV. TV have had all the spare stock that I've got. Once it's gone, it's gone. There won't be a reprint. So, as ever, you get your, let's just show you the technical stuff. It's acid and lignin free. It's single-sided. There are 24 8x8 sheets in each pack. And there are 10 packs. That's 240 sheets just in Series 2 alone. Okay. So, what you get is 6 different shades of the purple tones. So we've got the Distress Colour block in shades of purple. So the dark purple all the way down to this lovely lavender shade at the end, look. This lovely like wisteria colour at the end. So that is the colour block. That is the colour block. And then of course we've got the linen to go with it. Now we all know how good these papers are. You've had the teal's already been and gone, Karen. Teal's already been and gone. Teal was in Series 1. If we've got any teal left, Karen, it'll be on the website. Yeah? So, but you'll need to... I'm not reprinting, so once they've gone, just so you know. So then we've got all the coordinating colours in the... I'm trying not to let it dazzle you. All the coordinating colours in the linen. So the linen... I'm going to show you these in real life because I've got my working set. So that is the shades of purple in colour block and linen. And this is why we've got an extra demo. This is the shades of orange. You knew I was going to do orange. I love lemon and orange cards. There was no way on this earth that we were not having an orange set. But if I just show you this closely, look, we go from this gorgeous deep orange here, and it's all the gradient shades right down to this stunning little apricot shade at the end. So we've got the apricot, we've got the marigold, we've got the warmer orange, and then it gets warmer and warmer and warmer. A bit like Tenerife. So shades of orange, I'm demoing this one tonight. And then we've got the linen to go with it as well. So we've got the linen to go with it. You already know, if you got series 1, you already know that all of these will work with all of these, will work with all of this. I mean, look at the orange and purple together. It's gorgeous. Right, so that's the orange. Now this was a challenge. Shades of grey, not quite 50. Not quite 50 shades. The weight of the paper is 190 GSM, look. It's 190 GSM. It's proper. I'll show you when I get mine. I'll flick it for you. Shades of grey. Now this was a real challenge because I love grey cards, as you know. 2 of my demos tonight will be using these 2 paper packs, just so you've had a heads up. But if I show you these a little bit closer, can you see? We've got a charcoal grey, we've got a steely grey, we've got a paler grey, a cloud grey, and then we've got these grey greens at the end, and they're stunning. I'm going to show you. I'm too excited to not show you. Let me just do a quick flick through my grey pack. I need you to see how gorgeous this grey tones is. Look at that. Ah, it's gorgeous. And then we get darker and darker and darker. Right. It's no wonder I've got a sore throat. I never stop talking. So then we've got the shades of grey in the colour block, and then of course we've got its counterpart in the linen as well. Yeah. There we go. So that is your shades of grey, and then we move on to why you needed this before the Christmas release, right? So now we've got the reds. We've got the shades of red from this gorgeous cranberry, dark crimson red at the end, all the way down to a summer poppy red. So all these shades graduate as you get down towards the end of them. So you imagine your flowers done with these, your poinsettias done with these. Oh, they're just gorgeous. And then you've got the linen counterpart. So you've got the linen counterpart as ever. This is what makes it a system. The system, I've actually only had four sets, Joanne, and I have actually only opened one. This is one of my sets that I've not opened. And then you've got the graduating linen that complements it. We already know, if you've had series 1, that the linen is a much softer variant of its colour block counterpart. So like this crimson here, look how soft it looks in the linen compared to the colour block, but they work so well together. So that is, I mean, imagine your poinsettia is done with this. It's going to be stunning. And then last but not least, we've got the shades of green. So right through from the dark holly green all the way down to this lovely spring green. So it's not like I've just taken a green and got you different shades of it. You've got completely different colours in these packs. And then you've got the linen counterpart. So that is your linen counterpart. So I'm going to show you what these look like on the boards, because it's the boards that show you. They're not big enough, Samantha. Oh, for decorating, yeah, yeah. They're not big enough to do the they're not big enough to do the cracker. So, but obviously they are big enough to do. Oops! Oh, that's just fell over. Hang on. They are big enough to do all the ins and outs from it. Let me just put these in order, because I had them in the wrong order. So purple, orange, grey, red, and green. So this, I can't even get it all on the screen. Hang on, let me just see if I can zoom out. Oh, that's in. That's as far as I can zoom out, everybody. That's as far as I can zoom. So this is your, as you can see on the label, this is your purple shades in the colour block, and then it's linen counterpart. I've got no space. I need a camera that zooms out a lot, but this one doesn't. That's it. It is what it is. So that is your purple shades, and just so you know, the purple is completely different to the lavender. I'll just find my lavender. So I'm just bringing in the lavender from series 1, look. So these are the lavender shades from series 1. And I just need you to see, look, they're nothing like the purples. Nothing like the purples at all. So that is your purple shades. Oh, look at these colours. Look at these colours. I'm a massive fan of orange, as you know. Peach, orange, apricot, all these kind of shades are my comfort zone. So look at this, look. Look, look, look how beautiful this colour is. I'm not going to waffle on because I want to get the demos done. Look at this. These colours are amazing. Absolutely amazing. The printers have been so good to me. And then you've got your reds, look. You can see there all your different gradient shades of your red. If I turn it away from the light. And then the same with your linens at the bottom. And then the last one, before I get on with the demo, is your greens. Perfect for your holly, your foliage, for all your die cutting and everything. And then you've got your linen counterparts. So what I'm going to do is just, because you know I've put these in sets specifically. You know that I've put these in workable sets specifically. I'm just going to try and get them all on the screen. So these are your 5 new colours with the greens at the back, the reds next to it, just trying to get it straight, then the greys, then the oranges, and then the lavenders. But, not the lavenders, the purples. Then we've got series 1, look. Let me see if I can make it smaller so you see how it all looks together. Because this is an amazing concept, it really is. So series 1, series 1, series 1. Oh, I've got 2 more. 2 more. Series 1 and series 1. Now look at that, everybody. You tell me if we've got any colours missing from this, because I can't see any essential colours. And more importantly, all of this, all of it will work with any of it. So you can take, I don't know, this very light pink, this palest pink from series 1, put it with the darkest green from series 2. You can take the teal, any of the teals from series 1, and put it with any of the grey tones down there. Same with the lemon with the grey, the orange with the grey, the blue with the grey, and so on and so forth. And that is the second and final array of colours from colour coordinates. Oh, right. Wendy, wait till you see the cards I make. You can't not have these, everybody. And let me just show you a couple of tips. You can't not have them. And I'm just going to remind you again. It's a one-time print run. I have a massive print run. Once they've gone, I won't restock them, okay? Just to give you all a little heads up. So unless I do any limited edition colours, which I might do, but if I do any limited editions, it will be 1 colour at a time, and you will only be able to get them from me and Julia. They won't go on Hobby Maker, okay? So the next time you see colour coordinates, is going to be different finishes. It's going to be the same colours that we've already had, because we've now had 10 colours. It's going to be the same 10 colours with different finishes. So we are now building on this massive library of gorgeous colours that we've got and gorgeous papers. And I mean, we all know, my papers are not papers. You can actually, look, it's more like a lightweight cardstock. But anyway, I'm going to shut up because my throat's getting really sore. I'm just going to give you a couple of little tips. I mean, we look at this, look. You already know that this is going to be stunning. And I'm a huge fan of greys and oranges and greys and lemons and grey and pink, even though I don't do pink. But I'm a massive fan of mixing different colours with grey. Right, and the grey was actually the hardest pack to do. So little tip for how I'm going to store mine. Now I keep all mine in their own individual colour boxes, okay? But when you've got a lot, it does take up a lot of space. So I ordered myself these big jumbo paper clips from Amazon, right? And they're loose enough that they're not damaging the paper or making it wavy or anything. So when you get your packs, they're collated in reverse order. So if I just bring one in, they're collated in reverse order. So as you look at your packs, when you open them, the back sheet is the back four are the darkest colour. So what I did when I was doing mine is I just took the four sheets, paper clipped them, next four, paper clipped, next four, next four, next four. Okay, so I know that they're all the same. They're all the same shade. And the same when I did the linen counterpart. So because if I'd have put them all on the same side, look, it gets a little bit bulky. So I put the colour block paper clips on the right and the linen paper clips on the left. So when I put them in my storage tub, it keeps them all nice and flat, look. So that's just a little top tip for you. This is my working set. This is the set that I've been using. I call it a working set, but I've been dead tight with it. I've been dead tight with the previous ones. Right, I'm going to change my glasses and we're going to get on with the card. We've got 3 to do. The whole point of the Colour Coordinates series is to give you gorgeous colours, gorgeous papers, all with the lovely distressing along the edges, look. So and it's very soft, you can see there, look. All the distressing is very soft, and it's to give you papers. A, it doesn't make your cards weigh as much. B, it means that you can mix and match so many different colours. I've only used one shade of grey on this, but I could quite easily have mixed it up with any of the others, which I have done on the next demo in the oranges. It's just to show you how to do it. Right. You already know it cuts like a dream. So if you die cutting my papers, they die cut like an absolute dream. So everything you can do in my cardstock, you can do with the Samantha. I can't remember what I put. I just searched jumbo paper clips. This is what they come like, look. That's what they come like. Jumbo paper clips. Oops. And you get gold, silver and copper. Just gold, silver and copper. And obviously, you know I've colour matched mine. Right, demo number 1. Let's begin. We shall begin with demo number 1. And I'm going to zoom in again now. Because we've seen the papers. You've seen the colours. And I'm doing 2 grey demos. So if you're grey is just a pure class colour. Pure class colour. So it is. Right, so a little teeny tiny card. The card blank is obviously going to be made from my double pierced rectangles, and this is 5.5 by 8. It's minute. Just be careful if you're going to do the paperclip thing like me. My coffee is on the coffee warmer, yeah, but it's still turning itself off. I don't know why it's doing it. I brought some juice up with me as well this time. I 8 by 8. Yeah, they're 8 by 8. They're actually a little bit bigger than 8 by 8, the papers. They're like 21 by 21, look. So they're all 21 by 21, so they're a bit bigger than 8, look. 8 and a quarter and a bit. 8 and a quarter and a bit. It just gives us that extra. Right, come on, Phil, shut up. Shut up and make a card. Shut up and make a card for us. Right, so as always, look at the state of that. That's been there for years. It's got all sorts of bits of dust on it. So I'm just making my card blank using the 2 double pierced rectangles. And I'm not going to nag you, he says, nagging, but I am going to remind you that this is a one-time job. So once the colour coat, same as series 1, some of them I believe have gone, they won't be back. Even when I bring you the new finishes, the new textures next year, the originals will not be back. So we're just making our card blank there. As ever, if you're gluing your 2 pieces together, don't force it. Just glue them together and then put it to one side and let the glue do its job. I'm just trying to get that straight, because if it's not, it will hurt my eyes. There we go. It's got glue on it. Not just my head in. It's glue from the removable tape, or the sticky stuff from the removable tape. It gets on my nerves. So let's pop that back over there for a second. Who's messaging me? It's our Roz, bless you. Right, so the papers, I can't tell you how fabulous they are. I'm so pleased with these, yeah. Oh, hi Jean. Chrissy says you're not very well. Get well soon, my darling. Yes, they are. And I've actually got, I can't tell you, but the demos I've prepped for TV, just to give you a little heads up, the demos I've prepped for TV, some are with the linen, some are with the colour block, and some are with the 2 together. And I'm trying to show you the versatility of the colour coordinates. If you've had series 1, you already know this. But it's just good that you can mix and match between the 2 different finishes and also use one on its own. This is literally 2 sheets. So this card that I'm about to make was literally 2 sheets of the same shade, which is just, it's quite remarkable. And you can see, look, there were still some bits left over, which I love that. So we're going to do a grey one first, because I know what you're all like. I know you well enough to know that you'll be like, oh, I don't think I'll use grey. Well, I'm telling you now, you will. Because grey is one of the most elegant colours when it's teamed up with white. And especially if you've got the linen to complement the colour block, it looks so classy. So we're doing grey first. And then I've created my aperture. Hang on a minute. Right, I'm listening to, I can't tell you what I'm looking at, but I will tell you later. Right, so I've created my aperture using the same dies, the double pierced rectangles, and then I've created this small frame. Now this will just show you the quality of these papers. So for anybody who doesn't know, or anybody who, if you put the tape on your trousers first before the card, it stops it. Who said I've got trousers on, Chrissy? What if I didn't have any trousers on? I'm trying to show you the piercing in here from the dies, look. It's absolutely spot on. It's almost the same as your cardstock. Oh dear, right. So I'm just going to pop this on flat. Oh, it's gone. I've closed the curtains in here because the sun was beaming through beaming through the big 10-foot windows, but it looks like it's gone dark. It feels a little bit overcast. So we're just going to pop that around the aperture. Pop that around the aperture. So we've now done a double look with the I love this grey. This is like when you get these papers home and you look at the greys, you'll see that some have a greeny undertone, some have a blue undertone, and some of them have a black or brown undertone. So they're all completely different to each other, which I absolutely love. And then we've got the embossing folder here. Yeah, now I'm going to put the embossing folder on first onto here. Let's just see if the card's ready. So I've just seen my messages from Julia saying Phil said this was going to be a core product. It is a core product, so just so you know what I'm laughing at. The colour coordinates is a core product, but it doesn't mean I'm going to keep it forever. Remember, I do a massive order, and for me to reorder when they've gone out, I need to make sure that there's at least half a dozen colours that have sold out before I reorder. Otherwise, it bumps the price up. So yes, it's a core product. Yes, we will keep them for a long time, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be restocked on a regular. Oh, that's going to bug me. On a regular basis. It's only when things have run out, and there's enough of them for me to warrant a big order from the printers. Does that clarify it for you? I'm after what Julia's put to me. I can't look at my messages because it makes me laugh. Right, so let me just pop this on. Oh dear. It's been a long day. It's been a long year. Right, so we're now on with the white. Remember, this is a dinky 8x5 card. Then we've got the frame. So I've got on here the quilted embossing folder. I'm missing all your messages. It's true. Oh, you lot are a bad influence on me. Let me just see. Let me just catch up with some of the comments. Karen. Oh, yeah, it is. You've got what you'll find in the. If you've never had the. It's really hard to put it into words. If you've never had the colour coordinates, if you didn't get series 1, it's really hard to put into words how good it is. You need to see it for yourself, and that's why I try to show you the boards, because the boards show you all the different shades, but all the different shades from all 10 colours will mix and match with each other. So for example, well, let me just bring one in. This is one of the demos I've got prepped for TV. I'm not going to show it you because it'll spoil it for you, but it's using the peachy colours. So if I thought, oh, that's a little bit too grey, Phil, well then change it and add some peach to it. Add a different colour to it. Any of the colours are going to work with any of the other colours, and that is the whole point of this. It's all designed to give you maximum choices for no stress. Because we've all been in the situation where you can't find cardstock to match. You certainly can't find cardstocks in all these different shades where you can have the stamen and a lovely soft linen version of the colour behind it. And this is why it's so good. I'm not laughing at you lot, I'm laughing at Julia. Right, so let me get this on now. I'm putting this on foam tape first before I put the frame on. And I'm not going to put any glitter on this embossing folder. We're going to go around the edge of the frame instead. So this is quick and easy demo number 1. Well, Sue, we've already got Summer. I'm just answering Sue on YouTube. We've already got Summer Poppy in the linen. I do believe that one of the darker reds, the Scarlet, will be coming soon. But the green shade that we had before has now been discontinued. So we need to find an alternative dark green. So I'm putting the frame on the little embossed piece on foam tape, and I'm putting that straight into the card. Now, most of you that have been with me for a long time will know that traditionally I glitter the back part of the card. So this is the one that I would traditionally use my Diamond Dazzle glitter on, or Diamond Dust, whichever. But I'm not for this one. I'm going to do it in reverse. Let me just stand up to do this, just so I can get it straight. So I'm putting the center panel on first. Now, before I move on to put the frame on, I just want to show you that even with this, without the frame, because when I was prepping this, I had so many different ideas. Even without the frame look, this looks really rather fabulous, okay? Even before I put the frame on. And this is why the papers are so good. Don't take my word for it. Ask people who have already had Series 1 and they will tell you just how fabulous it is. Right, so because I'm going on with the frame here, when I do my bits for inside, you can see I've used the next size up die, which means if I put foam tape on the outside of this, it's only going to catch just a little bit. So I'm going to put the foam tape in double height, and I'm just going to make sure that that fits before I do any more to it. Let me just check that this fits. It does indeed. That's a perfect fit. Marvellous. Yellow's lovely with grey. Pink's lovely with grey. Hi, Hazel. The teal is lovely with the grey. The pink is lovely with the grey. The lilac, the purple, the lavender. The orange is nice with the grey. Remember, in the orange set, you've got that beautiful, beautiful apricot colour. It's stunning. The camera, me showing you, doesn't do them justice. I know it doesn't. And it's like when I take the cards that I make on the lives to the classes, the first thing the classes always say to me is, oh, it looks even better in real life. And it's because you can't pick the colours up properly on the phone. So I'm giving this a double height. So that it's raised a little bit higher than the centre panel. We will get 3 cards done. These are all easy cards to do. I was only going to do 2, and I was going to do 2 grey ones, but as soon as I started playing with the orange pack, I thought, no, I need to show people this in action. It's just too lovely. So I've got this here, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on, normal glue. Normal glue, not glue jam. Just in case I need to peel it off a bit. And then we're going to go around that centre panel. And hopefully, it looks like I've got it a bit off centre, so hopefully I can get this right. And that is bob on. I'm happy with that, thank you very much. Well, I would be if I didn't shove that down too far. Let me just check that, it looks a bit skewy to me. I'm just checking it because it looked a bit skewy. We're not having a skew card. Not if I can help it. And that is marvellous. Very happy with that. Yep, I'm happy with that. So now I'm just going to put them glitter around the edge. So I'm glittering on the outside of this frame for a change. Only because I don't want to cover that lovely grey up too much. So a little bit of Diamond Dazzle. And I am using Diamond Dazzle for this. Oh, I am if I find the spoon. That's a new spoon. And I've just realised where my other one was. The other one is in the Diamond Dust, because I've been using Diamond Dust quite a lot, actually. Get down, thank you. So we've now got a lovely centre panel with that, the new sumptuously quilted embossing folder in the background. That's not sitting straight, thank you. Is that sitting straight? It is. It is. I know I'm obsessing over. That's it, spot on. So that looks fabulous already. So pop that to one side. And we'll bring in the flowers. And we'll just quickly knot these flowers together. And I'll get a drink while I'm doing this. Sylvia was what for Christmas? Sorry. I'm sorry if I miss your comments and your questions because I'm multitasking. Did Phil make you a nice card? Yes, I made my sister a marvellous, beautiful card. She can't share it with you because it's got new things on. And I also made one from my mum for her. And again, we can't show you either of them because they had new products on that you're not going to see till October. Right, so I'm just quickly shaping these flowers up. I can't remember what these flowers are called. I think it's Beautiful Petals because it's the one with the piercing all the way around the edge. I don't know whether we've got any of the Beautiful Petals left because they are from the last Floral Finery release. I'm going to do this as quickly as I can so we can get straight on to the next demo. So obviously, you know me and flowers, it wouldn't be right if I didn't have at least a flower on. So this one's got 3 on. And the paper's behaving exactly the same way as my cardstock does. Obviously don't saturate them with glue because it is a paper stock rather than a cardstock. But you can still get the shape for your flowers. It die cuts like an absolute dream. And then we'll just pop the stamens in. Oh, that hurt. Just pop the stamens in. And then I couldn't decide between a silver or a dove grey pearl, so I'm just going to see if dove grey matches. Oh, it does, it's beautiful. So dove grey it is. Dove grey it is. So stamens next. And then we'll get the pearls in. A little bit of glitter around the pearl, as is the law. Then we'll get the sentiment done. And then that's card number 1 done. Easy peasy. So I've got my little foliage there, which I am going to glitter the tall ones here, but not the paper ones. And again, this is one of those things that when you start playing with the when you start playing with the papers, when you get them home, I've got two lots of white on here. It could easily have been a darker shade of the grey, which I'm going to show you on the next demo. So let's just get some glitter on this and the pearls, and then stick them on. Stamp a sentiment, and we are good to go. Let me just see if you replied to me. Hi to everybody who's just jumping on. Let me just scroll. Scarlet. You got set one on Hobby Maker. Jane, I honestly don't know. It's not on my show. If there is any set one, I do believe if we've, because Karen asked me the other day, if we've got any set, she asked me today actually, if we've got any of the full set one left. Karen asked me earlier if she could do it at the 10% off price that we do for a new release, and I did say yes for a couple of days. So if you missed out on series 1, you will be able to get it at the bundle price after the live. I don't know if it's live now or not because I can't see it while I'm doing this. If there's any left on Hobby Maker, I honestly don't know. Do you know, I can't even remember. I can't remember what I did last week, let alone a couple of months ago. So let's just get on that, keeping them white, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter to this. Just a little bit. And then we'll get the sentiment stamped and put this card together. And the reason I've chosen these kind of demos for tonight is everybody loved the cards that I made a couple of weeks ago, where I'm a little bit less. And everybody at my class on Wednesday in Sheffield loved them as well. So I thought, right, let's just do some more variations, so I can give you loads of ideas. If I can do 3 demos in an hour, that's just all gone over my legs. It's a good job I have got my pyjamas on. Because I can tell you now, hairy legs and glitter do not go well together. So let's just pop that there, pop that on, put that back, and then let's get the sentiment stamped. And for some reason, I've got, oops, oh, that was lucky, because I've just dragged something along with these ink pads that's new. I just caught it just in time. Just in time. Right, let me see if I can see which is the best grey. So we've got Lost Shadow here. So Lost Shadow is like a browny grey, so that's not right for this. I'm thinking Hickory Smoke is going to be the best option. Hickory Smoke's actually too dark. Let's see what they look like together. Oh, that's quite nice. Let me just see what the thingy one is. The Morning Whisper, what they call it. I'm just searching through my... Here it is. Let's see which is the best grey. If ever you get in a situation where none of your greys will match, go darker. So that's too dark. So I am gonna go for Hickory Smoke with a top coat of Lost Shadow. How about that? Top coat of Lost Shadow. White cardstock. Don't judge me when you see this scrap. Don't judge me. That's the only negative about the oxide and distress inks. The fibres from the felt. Right, so let's just stamp with lots of love for you. Just because it's there. And let's try it in 2 different shades. Oh, Chrissy, yeah, because it's it's tricky to match. This is why good old Laura Ashley, I've got a bit of glitter on that. I've just seen a little bit of glitter on that. Nope, should be alright. So let's just see how this looks. I won't say the word that just came into my brain. So hickory smoke with a top coat of Lost Shadow. Let's see how it looks. I think it might be alright, you know. Oh yeah, that's lovely. Don't tell me off, Tim, if you're watching. Oh, that's lovely. Look how that's come out. That's a pretty good match, that. So that's the top tip for you, everybody. Hickory smoke with Lost Shadow as a top coat. And then I'm just going to snip this out with my big scissors. Just try and keep it straight-ish. I've just got to turn to me so I can get that straight, because that was as straight as a dog's hind legs. That's better. That's better. And then a little snip off the top. And then we can get this put together. I'll save that. I don't think that's much use to anybody. So now let's put this card together and get on to a different colour. My throat's really sore. I hope we've got some strepsils in the house. Right, so here we go. Let's put this together. So now the card blank itself should have dried enough for me to bend it back. So we've now got the proper card blank. We'll pop the sentiment on first. I'm just going to edge it with glitter. I'm just putting some Diamond Dazzle on the edge. That's my life on the edge. On the edge. And then let's get this put together. It's only 5 to 8, so I've not done too bad. And we've gone through all the colours. So I'm putting the sentiment on first, which I don't normally do, but I know that I want the sentiment to just hang just before the edge of the white frame. So that's the only reason why I've put the sentiment on first. Normally I would put it on at the end and tuck it underneath, as you know. Right, here we go. Easy peasy. Put it together. And look how good that embossing folder looks with this as well. Before I start the next demo, I'll just run back and just see if I've missed any of you. Oh, you should see my scrapbooks. I've got loads of them. And I've got to be honest, I'm really good with the coloured scraps. I'm not so good with the white scraps. I've got so many bits like this. Where I've cut one die from it and then chucked it in the box. So big flower on first. Middle flower on next. Little flower on next. So 3 little dinky flowers is all that's going on this card. And then we're putting the large foliage on first. Somebody remind me before I start the next demo to change my cocktail stick, because it's too grubby. In fact, I'm going to do it now. I'm doing it now. I've had these for donks. They last for ages, even when I change them so often. So just putting the finishing touches on now. There's no extras going on. It's just the flowers and the foliage. I've kept these ones white on purpose, with no glitter. So these are white with no glitter. Now, you know I love a drop or two of Diamond Dazzle, but it can be too much if you put it on everything. That way, I've just got mixed up then which way I was going with this. And then we've got the 2 little paper ones that are coming on the inside. Let's make sure it's the opposite direction to the one that's above it. So this is as clean and simple as I get, and it's pure class. I can't tell you how beautiful this grey colour is. I hope it comes across on screen. This is the one that I've used tonight, is one that's got the greeny undertone, and it's so lovely. So we just tuck that right under there. I love that card. I'm just faffing now. I'm going to move away from it. Otherwise I'll faff and faff for hours. So let's just show you a close-up of that. That was my colour palette look, and that's what we ended up with. Very good. So there you go, demo number 1, using the grey pack. You can't really tell from this screen. I'll try and take photos for you in the morning so you get to see the greeny, almost steely undertone to this shade of grey. And there you go. So that's demo number 1 done and dusted. It's so fresh looking. The grey and the white is so fresh looking. It looks really, really good together. So that's demo number 1 done and dusted. We're going to move on straight away, once I've cleaned up this mess, to demo number 2, which is using the orange pike. You were Wendy, how long have you known me? Wendy, you should all know by now that I'm usually right, and when I'm wrong, don't tell me. Right, let's move on to the next one, because the next one takes in the orange. Oh, where is it? Where's my prep? Here it is. So this is another really quick and easy card. I'm not sure, Linda. I'm not sure. Karen. Linda's asking about the Bluebell Wood cardstock. The grey matches your kitchen units. Pure class. So I'm not sure whether we've got any of the Bluebell Wood left, because obviously everybody went mad for it after last week. And when I show you these 3 cards, I really liked the photos that I put on Facebook last week where we got the three cards that I made in one frame. It just shows you how good they are, and I think you're going to get the same kind of effect from these papers because you're going to get so many different shades of the same colour. It means you're going to be able to make those cards that I made last week really, really easily. Oh, is this the same size? No, it's not, it's bigger. Oh, I must have been in a rectangle mood when I was planning this, because this is a rectangle also. So I'm going to whiz through this. So this is going to be slightly different, and I'm going to show you that embossing folder in a second, because I am in love with that sumptuously quilted embossing folder. And one of the demos I've done for oh, I could have done this as a side fold. Let's do this as a side fold for a change. Just because we can. Because we can do what we want. So let's just make the card blank. And we'll do this as a side fold. So again, I've used the double pierce rectangles. I'm going to apologise because I don't think we've got any. And Julia has been asking me forever and a day to do some in between sizes, a set B for the double pierce. So I think I might start that. I might just see what you all think first. So we've got I love these colours. So this is just one of the shades from the orange pack. Remember, you've got 6 gradient shades in both the colour block and in the linen. So the card that I'm going to make now, I've chosen the colour block, same as I did on the previous one. It could have been in the linen, it could have been a combination of both, or it could have been one or the other. So this is the sumptuously quilted embossing folder, and I've gone through all the grooves on this with my quickie glue pen, and this is diamond dust. So I've diamond dusted all the grooves. I don't know whether you can see that. So all the debossed grooves have been glittered with quickie glue pen and diamond dust. Diamond dust is better for this, everybody, just so you know, because it's a bit finer. And then all the little dots have also been glittered with diamond dust. So we're going to put this straight on. I've already got the foam tape on this, so for some reason I'd perhaps this one more. So we'll do a sideways on card, a landscape card for this demo, just to show you that we can do, well, whatever really, we can do what we want. I'll remind you, and I'll remind you again before I've finished, it's a one-time run for these. The only time I'll restock, despite it being a core product, I can't just order 100 packs of this, for example. It's much bigger numbers, which is why I've managed to keep the price for you at £9.99 for these packs. Oh, let's have that lovely. Oh, look at that at the top corner. That's fabulous. So I'm going to do the same thing again, but this. Oh, I've just knocked that. Oh, sugar. No, that's all right. But instead of having the frame, we've literally just got the embossing folder on this. Okay. Oh, I don't know what I've done to that. Yeah, the problem is, Jan's just said on YouTube, another gorgeous colour. I'd convinced myself that I didn't need these papers, but I definitely do. I think what you've got to remember is it's not just papers. Now, I'm not stupid, you're not stupid, we're all crafters. We've probably all got so many papers stashed in our craft rooms. And you get to a point where you think, how many more papers do I need? Now, this is why the colour coordinates is not like ordinary papers. It's a complete system, and because it's a system where you can mix and match, you're never going to be short of a colour or a shade because everything is in there, unless of course you use up your favourites very quickly, which is highly likely because we've all done it. And this card that I've got here, I don't know whether you can see, look, I've actually got 3 different shades of the oranges in here. So 3 different shades of the orange in here, which is why it's so good. It doesn't matter which 3 you choose because they're all going to match. And with it being a paper stock rather than a card stock, if you're somebody who posts a lot of cards, it's going to reduce the weight of your cards as well. Oh, look how beautiful that is. I love these papers, and especially because we've got the detailing in. Detail is my thing, as you know. So let's pop that over there. My phone's going like the clappers, but I can't look. In fact, I'm going to move my phone out of the way because I can see it going like the clappers. So I've got the flowers here, and we've got a couple of little extras. So we're going to get these put together, and I've changed my plan already because this should have been a portrait card, but obviously we've changed it to do it different to the previous one. So I'm quickly going to whiz through these. What time am I on? Oh, we've not done bad. We've done quite well for time. We've not done bad for time. Remember as well, I mean, if I just show you, this is one of the new papers from the orange pack, and it picks up. Oh, there you go. That's a really good shot. So all the debossing detail from my dies is picked up, and it cuts so cleanly. Can you see, look? It's quality. That's all there is to it. It's top quality stuff. Now I remember many moons ago, in a previous life, when I worked for one of the very first companies that I ever worked for, which was Do Crafts, and they used to have all their Paper Mania packs of coloured card. Can you all remember that? And I was thinking about it when I did the first series of these, not so much this one, but the first series, thinking how good they were. You could literally pick a pack up and it would have all different colours in it, but it was always the same, like mixed pack. It was never gradients. So the orange one that I'm using now, for example, we go from this lovely dark burnt orange all the way down to apricot. So it's not like it's just an orange pack. It isn't. It's got all the different shades in there. And that's why, take it from somebody who's been a crafter for a long time, that's why it's such good value, because it's more than one thing. It's not just papers. It's a whole system that you can pick any colours from any series, from any pack, and know that it's going to match. Even if you would put, for example, you might not put grey and green together, so you may not choose one of the green linens to go with one of the grey colour blocks, but I can tell you now, if you did, it would match, because all the hues are designed to do that. Not just a pretty face, I can tell you that, I'm not in the morning. Not even that in the morning. So let's just put the flowers together. These little dinky ones are extras. That's for this. This won't take me long. The third demo is using the grey linen papers with the embossing folder on the linen paper. So it's different again, and it will just show you. I'm not going to ink over it, I don't think, but you could do, and it would look fabulous. So already, you've probably not noticed this from the screen, but already I can see the different shades of orange that I've got going on. Look at this, look. This is like a marigold colour now. In fact, I've still got the papers that I've cut the flowers from behind me. I'll show you when I finish. You'll get a lot from them. And I didn't even need to think about this. I literally just picked up 3 different shades of from the orange pack, and that was it. So just pop that on there. Last one. So this is a single with one of those. This is a double with one of those. I will read all the comments later when I'm sat with a coffee that's not minging. And Brenda, I know Brenda's desperate for the 8x8 storage. Almost there. I'm just not quite happy with the depth of it, the weight of it. But we are on with it. There is also another new storage thing coming in a few months. I think I might wait till I get back from holiday to release that, just to give you a chance to catch up. Just think, July's probably going to be a cheaper month for you because I'm not going to be here for most of it. I'm sure I can work something out in advance. Oh, well, that's nice, Petra. That just shows you that. So Petra's saying her other half is not into card making, but kept asking when the next coloured packs would be out. So that's from somebody who's not even a crafter, who's appreciating the format of it all, the concept of it all. Right, here we go. And as ever, the design team have done an amazing job giving you loads of inspiration. The design team will be sharing a couple of their projects after the live has finished in the Facebook group. So if you're not in the Facebook group, now's the time to go and join us. Oh, that's for that little flower there. I missed it. Oh. I've got to squeeze this one right in because it's a smaller centre on this flower. So this little stamen's going to get battered and made to fit. You will fit, thank you very much. I usually get my own way in the end. Everybody's figured that out. Manufacturers know it. The dyes know it. Everybody knows it. There we go. That's marvellous. And then I've got 4 little individual ones here that I've kept because when I cut the papers, let me show you. So when I cut these from the paper, look, I don't know what possessed me to do this, yeah, but I thought, well, that's just wasted that space there. So we've got 4 little tiny flowers to go on. And I will put little white pearls in them. But the others are going to have, and forgive me, when you see these pearls, I genuinely don't know if we've got any. Not the white, because we always have white, but the ones I'm going to put in the centre of the flowers. And I should have checked with Karen first and I forgot, so I'm sorry. If I lose my voice between now and Wednesday, I won't be going. Because I can't very well show you things without any voice. So these little flowers are just going to sit there and dry. And then for the centre, this is the one that I keep under my tray all the time. And then I've got here 2 different choices for pearls that go with the orange papers. So this set here that I've got is called Cotton Candy in the ombre pearls. And Cotton Candy is orange with pink. So orange with a hot pink, like a fuchsia pink. And then this one here, which is called Sherbet Sunrise. And Sherbet Sunrise is, oh, you can't really see. There you go, that's a better. So it's like yellow graduating into orange, graduating into red, and it looks amazing with these papers. So that is the one that I'm using. And I genuinely don't know if we've got Sherbet Sunrise pearls left, because they were from a few years ago. So let's just get these on and get them glittered. Get this card made, and then we can move on to the next one. So squash that down so the glue oozes out. I'm going to put a big one in this one as well. And then a small and medium one in that one. And then a medium one in this one. And then we'll get Diamond Dazzle on these. Just chuck it in. So this now, as I put these flowers next to each other, you can see that all of these flowers now are all different shades from the same orange pack, and it just looks so easy. And that's because it is. You don't even need to think about it. So let's just see if I can get some glitter on that. Oh, that was handy. It was still a little bit wet. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter to the white foliage, not to the coloured ones. I've also got some balloons on here, which I'm going to shape just slightly. Just slightly. These are from the celebration numbers. I'll put the glitter on them after, because I don't know where I'm putting them yet, because I've changed the card. So 3 bits of leaves. These will actually, do you know what, I won't put glitter on these because we've got glitter all over the embossing folder in the background. So let's just put them on as they are. Oh, bless you, Brenda. It won't be long, it won't be long, it's just got to be perfect. It's just got to be perfect. So let's just stamp a sentiment whilst we wait. And I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to mix up 2 different colours. This is something that you see me do a lot. If ever I can't find the right shade. In fact, where's the little scrap that I was showing Karen earlier? Oh, have I thrown it away? I might have thrown it away. You know I always do this to test my colours. So let's just show you again. So these are 2 different VersaFines. This one is Summertime, which is a proper orange. And this one is one of the new colours called Carrot Orange. So when I did this earlier, and I put them next to the flowers, look, just let that dry for a second. You can see that in actual fact, either of these oranges will work with the orange paper pack. Either of them will. But you know what I'm going to do, don't you? I'm going to do both and create a brand new shade. Because we can. Now, did I clean this? I'm going to change it just in case. Let's just change that sentiment so it's not all the same. It still needs to be a long one, or a longish one. Let's have a look. You brighten my life. That goes nicely with this colour palette, doesn't it? And this time it needs to be this way on, because we're doing a landscape card. So I'm going to put the darker colour on first. which is the carrot. And then I'm going to do one tap with the lighter colour. You brighten my life. Let's try and get this straight. Forgive me for just bringing it down here. I need to just try and get it as straight as I can. And that is marvellous. That's absolutely marvellous. So can you see, look, that colour that we've just stamped is a combination of those two oranges. That's fabulous. Love that. Love it. And I'm doing it more and more and more because I can never find the colour that I like. Or the colour that's right. So let's get cracking on this assembly. Just got to trim this down. So I'm going to make that a little bit longer. I'm going to snip it to the side because I love to do that, as you know. And then I'm going to make it smaller. Try. You should see how not straight this is. That's shocking, Phil. Let's see if I can get away. Do you think I'll get away with that? It looks a bit like a Thunderbird. So let's do the same thing again. Let's have a little bit of glitter at the end of this. I've left it much longer than it needs to be because this is a landscape card. So I want it to be further out into the card. We'll bring it all in. I'm just going to bend the back over the card over. Just because it's easier to do that before you put your card together. We will pop the sentiment on last, I think, this time. So here we go. Can you see what I'm doing? You can see what I'm doing. Glue gel. Oh, I thought about it, Karen. Karen's just asking on YouTube about bringing out my own inks, but do you know what? The market is so saturated with inks. It's just not worth it. And I've got to say, between, let me just see where I'm going with this. Between my oxides, my VersaFine Clairs, it's enough. It does everything that I need it to do, and I can't see any point in doing them, to be honest. I'd rather give you more innovative dyes and things that I know that we need. So now I've got the two big flowers on. I'm just going to pop the sentiment on because I want the sentiment here. Now, who would have thought, you see, when I was talking to Julia about the papers and that, I said to Julia, I'm going to demo the grey papers because I know you all well enough to know that grey would not be your first choice. I'm just trying to line that up in between two rows of. Oh, I'm trying to make it straight, and of course it's not going to be straight, is it? Because the topper's not straight. The little sentiment topper. Yeah, so I know that people would look at grey. Oh, I don't know whether I'd use it, but grey is one of the most classic colours ever in card making. So there's really no excuse for not using it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be for masculine cards either. You've just seen that we've just made that really pretty card using the greys and the with the embossing folder. So it just depends what you put with it, how it looks. But then when I was prepping, Karen will tell you, I said I've just prepped an orange card because I can't not do anything with these orange papers because they are just too gorgeous. Now if you've got Series 1 will also give you the lemon, the yellow tones, so you know what's going to be coming from me pretty soon. Now you've seen them all. there's now going to be the opportunity to do lemon yellow with the orange, and it's just fabulous. Just trying to keep that as straight as I can, even though it's hurting my mind because it's not straight. So let's pop this foliage in. We are oh, that was lucky. We are nearly done with this card. Then all I've got to pop in are my little extras. So the balloons are going in next, and then I will pop in the last part of the foliage. So there are 2 balloons. Just going to get a little bit more glue gel on that. The last demo is quicker, I promise. So this is from the scraps of the paper. And then we've got a white one. I will put glitter on these, but not until I've got everything where I want it. So lovely. I've put you bright in my life, but it should have had a birthday sentiment, but hey ho, it's too late now. Then we've got this little flower here. And now you know why I left that sentiment longer. And then these little dinky flowers are just going to get tucked on top. I wouldn't recommend that, but that's what I've done. So these are flower towers. Little flower towers. That's just the easiest way to pick up the tiny flowers. And then the last thing to go on here is, I keep saying the last thing, and then I keep chucking more things on it. But I've got a couple of these, look, in the orange papers. I don't actually know whether I need them, but I'm putting them on because I've cut them. And then I've just got 2 butterflies, not 2 butterflies, I've got 1 butterfly. I'll just get this coming off the page. This one coming off the page. Hey, that's not bad. Come on, can you remember the days where it used to take me 2 hours to do half a card? So let's see if we can get this. Sorry, I've got to move you a minute. Just see if we can get this next to the sentiment. I want this nearer to the sentiment. Oh! That's better. That's more like it. I just wanted that little bit of orange showing next to the sentiment. You can go back on. I'm not going to put that one on. I am just going to shape this little butterfly quickly and then pop that on, and then this card is done. And for somebody who likes these colours, it's gorgeous. So a little bit of glue gel. I should have put a birthday sentiment on to go with the balloons, but I don't suppose it matters. I could put happy birthday somewhere else afterwards. So let's just have that. Oh, decisions. I'm gonna have it there. So it's balanced. And demo number 2 is complete using your orange papers. So these are your orange tones. You can see from, it's really tricky because some of these darker oranges look red on the screen, but they are not red, I promise you. They are dark, deep orange, like a burnt orange. So that is your second card, and that one is bigger than the first. I'm going to save that. I'm not wasting that because it might end up on there at some point, as you well know. So that's where we're at the moment. Look, these are the 2 that we've done so far. And we're going to move on now quickly to the... I'm going to let that dry and then I'll stand it all up next to each other. Remember, what you've got to remember, everybody, is all that colour is all about balance. It's about balancing the colour. And all of that colour there was from the actual papers, which I think is really quite remarkable. So gone are the days where we used to scrat about having to ink everything to make it match. You don't need to do that. You can now use your papers and know that any of the shades are going to match any of the other shades without any fear of things not matching. It's just clever. Right, so that's my half-hearted attempt at clearing the mat. And we're going to do the quickest demo ever now. So when I was prepping this one, I wanted to do something really, really, really simple. And I thought, right, which embossing folder to use? So I'm just going to take all the bits away. There's only one flower for this card. Everything on this card is from one sheet of the paper, okay? So I've created my little frames, which I'm going to stick together. We'll do the card blank first, same way. Look at this linen paper with, oh look at that. This is the lightest of the greys, which is it's like a silver, with the new Leafy Flourish 3D embossing folder run through. And it looks spectacular. In real life, that linen, can you see if I get close? In the recessed sections of this embossing folder where the linen is, it looks amazing. And it's so soft and delicate. This colour, it's the palest of the greys, and it's all, I'm calling it grey, but it is almost like a silver. And I did nearly change the name of the pack to Silver Tones, but me and Karen decided against it because there are some proper greys in there. So let's make the card blank. This card won't take 10 minutes to make. I'll do a quick recap by showing you the boards. Remember as well, you've got 10 packs. This is 10 packs of 24 sheets. 5 colours, all with the colour block and all with the linen. So it's 10 packs of 24 sheets, which is giving you a huge 240 sheets of 8x8, well, bigger than 8x8 papers in which you can create any of this. This card that I'm making now, just run out of space. It's from one sheet, yeah, and a scrap. I'll tell you a lie. I needed a scrap for that. But the flowers were cut from the waste from this sheet here. So I've got a double frame for this one. I'm keeping it pure white. Have I done that the right way? Well, I panicked then. I thought I'd put glue on the wrong one. So this one is going flat. So we've got a double depth frame. Now if I'd got more time, I would probably do this on foam tape. So it would be two layers of foam tape on this. But I'm going to try and be a bit quicker for this demo so I can show you the papers again. I can't remember what time I'm on. I've got no idea what time I'm on. Chris has probably told me 100 times. Yeah, 3 demos. Does anybody know what time I'm on Wednesday? Because I've got no idea. No idea. I think I did look and then I forgot. I think I've got that skewy, but it'll be fine for this demo. It'll be fine. So that's that. And then we'll get some foam tape on this, because this is obviously going to be raised. And I am going to glitter the outside of this frame. Oh, I've used all my 2mm foam tape. One moment. What a surprise, eh? Imagine me running out of 2mm foam tape again. There is no way I'm on at 3 and 7 on Wednesday, am I really? 3 and 7 was last time. I don't think I'm 3 and 7 this time, am I? Oh my God, no, Chrissy. Chrissy, you better get on the phone and tell him I'm not doing another 3 and 7. No, I thought I was on at 3 and 5 or 3 and 2 and 4. Oh my God. Looks like I've got to stay over again. Karen, get on the phone. Right, so the beauty of doing the card that I'm doing tonight is it's super, super easy. So we've created the card blank. I'm just making sure we've got it the right way up. This is just one of the papers run through with the embossing folder. I'm going to put that on flat. So, little tip for you. Normally, I would tell you, if you're putting a paper layer straight onto your card, I would tell you to raise it on foam tape. I'm not, because I've got the frame on foam tape. So if you are doing it with glue, this would be my top tip. So put your glue on as normal. This is only if it's paper. If it's cardstock, it doesn't matter. But if you're doing it with paper, I would pat the glue down a little bit, so you've not got any high points. You've not got any high points with the glue, because it's the high points that add moisture to your card, because it takes longer for them to dry. Does that make sense? That looks amazing on the linen card, so I'm just going to pop that straight in the centre. Oh, Caroli. Oh, Patricia. Oh, God. I'm depressed now. I honestly thought I was on at my normal times. And Karen, I need to check that email when we finish this live, because I'm pretty sure I've been skanked again. I'm not doing it again. I am doing a late show for the Christmas release, which is what I asked for. I've got 3 hours for the Christmas release. And I genuinely thought I was on at my normal times, either 3 and 5 or 2 and 4. So that's put me in a bad mood. Right, let's get this on. So let's get this on. And now we're framing that lovely embossed piece. It almost looks like a piece of artwork that you could hang up anyway. Look at that detail in that. That's amazing. I might not put any glitter on. No, don't be ridiculous. I did last time, Sandra, but not for this time. Yes, Patricia. Yes, Patricia, they need sorting out. Which is, I can tell you what I'll be doing on the phone tomorrow. I don't mind. I love being a hobby maker, you know I do. But it's a long gap between shows, which is what bugs me, because I feel like it's just a waste of my time. I could be doing any number of jobs off my to-do list. So I'm glittering the outside frame and not the inside frame for this. So back to the traditional outside layer of glitter. I am going to use Diamond Dazzle rather than Diamond Dust. Remember, Diamond Dust is what I would recommend if you were doing the sections of the sumptuously quilted embossing folder, because it's finer. And Diamond Dust is also the one that I would recommend that you use for if you add glue to your brayer like we did last week. Missed a bit there. Can't have any bits missing. There we go. So we'll just put that to one side. So this really is the easiest card in the world to make. We've got the two little squares that are from the same paper. So this is the actual linen that's on that embossed piece. You can see how soft that grey tone is. It's really, really delicate. And that's going on foam tape. That's going on foam tape. So this is going on 2 foam tapes. Oh no, I'll do it with one. One will do. Don't change it now as it won't record. I can't change it now, it's not fair to them. Is Indigo Blue there? Kay Halliwell. On Wednesday, Chrissy. Sorry everybody, I'm just having a meltdown about my hours. The rubber that I'm using and you can get refills for them is the only one I've found that doesn't mark my card when I rub off the we've got proper adhesive rubbers or whatever you call them, adhesive eraser, that's what they call. But I don't know where mine are. I've had about 6 and I must put them down somewhere and never find them again. So we're just building up the centre. Now I'm being proper square, so I'm doing square on square, but it would be nice also if you had your square as a diamond in the centre. And then we're just going to layer this up. I'm not going to glitter that centre white square. What I am going to do is add glitter to my flowers when we get to them, or flower singular for this card. And I don't know whether you've noticed, I've used the same flower die set for just about every demo. I like the piercing on these. I think the piercing in the papers looks really, really nice, look. There you go. Oh, wrong way. And then stamen. So just one flower for this. I know it's shocking. Oh, well that's made me feel better. If Kay's there. What time's Kay on, everybody? I'll be able to catch that. I'm not going to moan now. Jean, you might not be very well, but you're still on top form. What time's Kay on? It'll be nice to catch up with Kay. She's on at 4 and 6. Oh, that's marvellous then. So she's in between me. Oh, that's cheered me up. I'm not going to complain now. It's ages since I've seen Kay, so it'll be nice. Then we're going to pop a Dove Grey Pearl in the centre of this. And I will, excess glue, as always, is the way to go. Squash it down. And then Diamond Dazzle it. So that can just go to one side. And then And I've got 3 different types of foliage for this card. I'm going to leave that one plain white. I can't remember what this is called. I just got them out my tub for my dyes. I've got, as you know, I've got all my dyes in the boxes now. Oops, where did you go? So one says foliage, one says floral finery 1, floral finery 2, etc, etc. And then we're just going to do a little tag sentiment for this one. I am going to add glitter to these ones. This is one of my favourite leaves. Have you noticed I use it all the time? And I can't even remember what it's called. Is it Majestic Fronds? Magnificent Fronds or something like that? Somebody will know. Oh, well, yeah, I see Bob all the time, actually, Chrissy. So we've got into this nice little routine. So Barb's always there when I'm there. So, and as you know, I've known Barb for donkey's years. So I always have a good catch up with Barb. And I always, I've not seen Kay there before on my days. But Barb's always there. So it's quite nice. I can't tell you all. I genuinely can't tell you all how nice it is at Hobby Maker. From somebody who's been around, as you know, for a while. I've seen lots of things come and go, and lots of people come and go, etc, etc. It's genuinely lovely at Hobby Maker. Well, it must be, because I'm still there and it's 2 years in now. Right, so we're going to put this together. I'm just going to stamp the sentiment before I do that. And we'll do it on this scrap here. I'm just going to see if I can get this straight before I stamp it, because that might make it easier for me. That's not quite straight. That's as straight as it's probably going to get. No, it's not. Hang on a minute. It's bugging me. If I don't do it right, it's just going to annoy me. So I'm just going to chop a strip off the guillotine. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. So now I know that this is straight because I've done it on the guillotine, instead of trying to mess about with a pair of scissors. Clean the glue, clean that adhesive off, and then we'll stamp it in exactly the same way as we did the other one. Let's just see if I can find another. Have a wonderful birthday. Does that fit? It does, but it's the wrong way on. Oh, that's more like it. A wish for you. So we're gonna make a little tiny tag to tuck underneath. Now it looks like I didn't clean this. Well, oh, Chrissy, I can't. Probably. Let's just hope that it's the right ones, is all I'm saying. So, Hickory Smoke again, and then one stamp with the Lost Shadow. Lost Shadow is actually a really lovely grey. So I'm just stamping this on here, and then I'm going to create a little tag shape. Oh, that's lovely. I'm going to create a little tag shape, just chopping it out from the scraps again. Let's clean that. Yes, he has what? I can see. Well, actually, will I not get a chance to see Bob? For me to do a 7 PM show, I would have asked for it. Just so you know that. Because they wouldn't ever put me on a 7 p.m. show unless I've said do it. So I've just created a little tag here because they know better than to put me on at 7 or 8 unless I've specifically asked for it. So now let's put this card together. This is just giving you another new idea. Just need to bend that back before I start assembly. So the flower's going on first. It's just one big flower in the centre, and it's actually not the largest of the flowers, it's the next one down. And I've just got glue gel all over my thumb, which is going to get messy. So I'm putting loads of glue gel on this because I know I'm going to be lifting it on and off as I tuck the foliage around it. So this is going on first. The little tag is going in next. I should have glittered that. Bear with me one sec. It just needs glitter at the end. That's better. Not too many though, Christy. Yeah, I did. I asked for it. They wouldn't put me on at that time unless I specifically asked for it. So I must have done. So the tag is going on next. It's just a little sentiment tag. My fingers are filthy, so I'm going to have to clean them. So a little wish for you. And now you see we can put all the extras on. And you probably not noticed, look, but we've got four of the white ones. So they're going on first. I like it, Albie Maker. They're really lovely people. I know I keep banging on about it, but they are. Even now, it's just still fabulous. So these are going on first. And I've got one going that way, one going next to it. And all the guests are as well, I've got to say. There's never anybody there who I think, ooh, can't be bothered talking to them. It's everybody's lovely. It's how it should be, it's how it used to be, and it's how it should be. So we're just building up the two corners, look. So I'm doing opposite corners with these. Even though my thumb is covered in glue gel, I should clean it really, but... And then we've got the ferns, which are getting chopped down or broken in half. And the ferns are going either side. So this is the simplest card you've probably ever seen me make. So the ferns are going either side. And then we'll finish with the little grey flourishes. The little grey flourishes. And I'm just going to snip those down and make those smaller also. I think. Right, here we go. Last two bits. So we're having one here next to the tag. And one at the top. One at the top. next to that. And we are done. Let me just put the lids on my glue. And then I'll bring that in and show you. So this is now using the linen paper, one sheet of, apart from the little bit of extra that I had to cut for the square. So just make sure that's straight. So my flour is there. I'm just going to cover that bit of glue gel up that's visible with Diamond Dazzle. Nobody wants to see glue gel ever. And the same on that side. And then I'll bring that in and show you a little close-up of this. So you imagine this with the green papers. I mean, it's just so simple, but how beautiful is that card? This is I believe about 7. Yeah, 7 1/4. So that's again using the double pierced square dies. So this is it in grey. You imagine that done in the reds or the greens with a poinsettia in the centre. Yeah. So they are your 3 colours, your 3 cards from tonight. So that's one. That is the other. And can't stretch that far. That is the other. So let's try and get them all in the shot so you can see everything. So as you look at these 2 cards, the grey ones, I've just squashed that. Naughty Mr. Martin. Can you see, look, the different shades of grey and how fabulous it looks? Either way, whichever shade you use, it looks fabulous. And there you go. So that's 3 demos. Very, very simple. Super easy to do. In actual fact, all the work is being done by the colours from the papers. So you've got your orange tones there, your orange shades, with a load of flowers this time. You've got the grey, one of the greys there with just a couple of flowers, and then you've got one of the greys again with just 1 flower. And I can't tell you how stunning and easy they are to do. So that's one. I will take photos as always tomorrow and put them on the Facebook group. That's your other one in the oranges with the little balloons. I will put some glitter on them. I love the orange tones. And that's typical me because it's got plenty of flowers on it. And then the last one is the one that I've just made, which is with the palest of the greys, which is almost a silver, with a little wish for you. And they've all been made from scratch using your new Series 2 colour coordinates papers alongside dies and embossing folders that you've probably already got. The embossing folders that I've used are obviously the new ones from last week. And there you go. I'm not going to bring all the papers up again because it's nearly 9 o'clock. What I will do is a brief reminder that you're getting the 5 new colours, which are purple, grey, orange, red, green, and you are getting the colour block, and you are getting the linen. I'm not bringing them all up because there's not enough space. So you're getting your linens and your colour block, and you can pre-order yours from tonight. As soon as I finish, you can go and pre-order them. For anybody who prefers to phone the shop to do their pre-orders over the phone, you can call after 12 o'clock tomorrow to place your pre-order. All orders will be dispatched from Thursday, regardless of whether you order on the phone or on the website. As ever, you can pre-order from me. I'm trying to get these all in the same shot. From me and from Julia. And then the official release of these will be on Hobby Maker on Wednesday at, well, I don't know what time. I'm on something like midnight. If you haven't yet, please make sure you give me a thumbs up on YouTube and make sure you subscribe to the channel. For those of you who haven't joined the Facebook group, you can search for it there. So search on Facebook for Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours, and then request to join the group. I'm not going to go through all the links because it's 9 o'clock, but there you go. That's 3 3 fabulous little demos for you, super easy. All the work being done by the papers. You can't really go wrong. So thank you everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see you on your telly box at whatever shocking time it was, 3 o'clock I think Chrissy said. So I shall see you on Hobby Maker at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. So thanks everybody. Go and get your pre-orders in. Do not miss out on series 2. So I'll see you on Wednesday. Thanks. Bye.